Hey everybody, welcome to week 1 of Pokemon month. And in the spirit of Pokemon month, I decided to make a Pokemon wish list for the future Pokemon games, which is something I did 2 years ago. You can check that out in the description below if you wish. And here I'm going to cover it once again. Now, quick note, I do not know if there's any new Pokemon games coming out soon. I'm a little out of the loop, right? I just barely started playing Scarlet and Violet. By the way, beat it. Great game. So this is just more of a general wish list here. So let's get straight to it. Number 1, the National Dex. I think the National Dex is something that's a must in the future Pokemon games. I understand why they won't do it, but I feel like there has to be a way to achieve this because it seems unfair to the gamers who want to play with their favorite Pokemon that can't. For example, Swellow is my go-to flying type Pokemon. And due to the cuts of certain Pokemon, Pokemon Violet is now the second game in a row, this one and Sword and Shield, that has now deprived me of gaming with Swellow, which is a bit unfair to me as a person who's a fan of Swellow. I think this should be fixed one way or another, even if it means dialing back on new Pokemon designs, which, by the way, this must be a sign, or eliminating the gimmicks, which, by the way, this must be a sign. Either way, this has got to be figured out for us National Dex fans. Knowing Game Freak, they would probably just put it behind a paywall. And in saying that, I really hope I didn't just speak that into existence. You may hate me if they end up doing so. Number 2, Pokemon accessories. I always thought this was a cool idea and I never did know why they never thought to do something like this. It just seems like the perfect opportunity, right? They have Pokemon contests, especially in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and in Sapphire and Ruby. So why we never thought to see something like this throughout the games, right? I will never know, but I think it's a cool idea that could grab a lot of eyes. In the anime, there are Pokemon who wear designs all the time, and I've always thought it was the coolest thing, right? Groval's my favorite Pokemon, as you guys may know. I wonder what gave that away. And always seeing him with the stem in his mouth in the anime was so cool. And then there is Squirtle with the shades. There are several different ideas you could do with this. For example, a top hat, a monocle, a ring, a championship belt. I'm just saying, there's a lot of different ways to go about this. But alas, a guy can dream. I really hope, but I'm not expectant on it. But Game Freak, I'm telling you, if you want money, I think this is the way to go. Number 3, no gimmicks. Mega evolutions were awesome. Gigantamax was long and redundant. The other 2 gimmicks were forgettable. I'll be honest with you. The gimmicks are, in my opinion, the most forgettable parts, excluding Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. The gimmicks are the most forgettable parts of the Pokemon games, in my opinion, right? I don't play these games so that I can Gigantamax my Pokemon, and I don't leave the game thinking, wow, that was really fun Gigantamaxing my Pokemon. And I'll be honest with you, if I keep talking about the Gigantamax in particular, it's because I was not a fan of the Gigantamax. As I said in a previous video, the animations were long and boring, and you just had to sit there and wait while they finished getting bigger and then hitting their moves, which were always the same animations. It was just, no thank you. But listen, in my opinion, the gimmicks, it's ran its course. It's done. We've seen it for a couple of games now. We've seen it for the last 3 generations, last 4 generations, however many generations. It's over. It's done. I think the bloom is off the rose, for me anyway. Number 5, redesigned shinies. Now, I'm not a big shiny hunter. I will be the first to admit that, right? Although I can acknowledge and admit that the shinies that I see are really freaking cool sometimes. In fact, I've even designed my own custom shinies. You can check that in the video description below. But one thing about them is some of them look hideous, especially in particular the ones that are just all green. Some of them don't even look good. Some of them were just slapped with an all green coat over them. And I just felt like, ugh. Why would I want a shiny of this Pokemon? I would rather get a redesign. Come back with some cool colors. Number 5, Victory Road and a Pokemon League. So what I mean by this is, in the anime, we will see the Elite Four, but we also see a tournament, which is considered the Pokemon League, and this is seen in every region. But you know, in the games, we always see either the Elite Four, which is in most games, or we will see the Pokemon League tournament, which is most notably seen in Sword and Shield. I think it would be cool to see both. I would like to see both implemented in the game, and I would much rather have that in a national dex way over some gimmick. Number 6, for all you Pokemon fans to have a great day. Alright, that's going to be my list, everybody. Thank you for watching. Take care and subscribe for more content.